It's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the New York Giants. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. A short kick taken at the 18. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
49, guys. Mike,
49. Second down, here's Chubb again. Chubb will have the first down and much more. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, about as dynamic a runner as the NFL has to offer. He put his talents on full display there. That was some kind of run. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing Jones. Flush to his right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tony Field charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Now, after that sack, It's 2nd and 21. Now Jones. Forced out to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Watson.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Watson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Open space inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Browns are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we in this first quarter.
complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On second down, here's Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. That's caught by Golladay. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Jones. Open man, he's got him. It's Toney for a giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
2nd and 7. Handoff comes to Chubb. Fighting him off, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 109 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb hit 21.95 miles an hour on a long touchdown run in 2019, fourth fastest in the NFL, and he flashed the big-time speed again there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse, and I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
A short kick taken at the 18. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 39, Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. Barkley a first down and more. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Tony Field able to record his 5th sack of the season. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. After the interception, here's Watson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 12-yard line. 209 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he's got it. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there. And the Browns add on to their lead. To the left. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Tony Field in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jones going for the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Giants. Kadarius Toney, 81 yards. And the Giants get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point try good by Gano. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Watson on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect. But as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. They go with Chubb on second down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Looking to throw. Jones. Finds the open target, Arnold. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll get this one to Galladay. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. The big fella. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. out there preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Jones on first down. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
On second down now, Barkley. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Escaping the pressure right. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Around the NFL third quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's the Falcons that have just added to their lead. On first down, it's Watson. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 243 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Throwing, Jones. Steps away to his left. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Open man is Galladay, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw caught by Tony.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he's going to go down again. The sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on 1st and goal.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 2nd and goal, Jones flushed. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Tony Field, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Two straight sacks have him backed up now for a 3rd and goal. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Flush to his right. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, he's got him. It's Tony for a giant touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Gano the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's got room. Shoves him aside. And all the way down to the 9. A big play that time out of Chubb. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Throwing now, Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Well, let's see where they turn on 3rd and goal from the 5. He's going to be marked out very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Jones. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue